I'm an addict. I'm addicted to Google Earth. It's fun. I like looking at stuff. I just never really know what I'm looking for, and I certainly never expected that when I'd find something, it would end up sending me on the weirdest adventure of my entire life. So it all started here, when I found this island off the coast of Canada called Calvert Island. Now, Calvert Island is sick. It's got this temperate rainforest full of old growth pine trees, and this cool ass like right angle cutaway at the top that looks like it's something out of a video game map. No one lives there right now, at least permanently, and it would be fair to say that most of the island has been untouched for centuries at this point. So naturally, while I was sniffing up and down along the coast, something stopped me in my tracks. There, on this random island, tucked into a tiny, inaccessible beach, was this huge, ugly, orange ball. Why? How did it get there? What even is it? So I took a look at the archived satellite imagery, and I saw that this object appeared there sometime between 2014 and 2017, which means that it's been there for almost a decade. It's definitely man-made, because it's fluorescent orange like a buoy. The shade of orange it's using is called International Orange, which you may recognise from life rafts and life vests, etc. But a life raft could only survive being washed up on a beach for about 4 months, and even that's pushing it. So does that make it a buoy? Well, I measured the satellite imagery, and I found that the object is about 15 feet across. That would make it a big buoy. A very big buoy. Most buoys don't get over 10 feet. We're now entering the realm of mystery, and as I so often do when I'm confused, I contacted the Canadian government, specifically the Coast Guard and the DFO, the Department of Fisheries and Oceans, and they got back to me. Okay, so I've received an email response from the DFO. Hello, Wilbur. Unfortunately, neither the Canadian Coast Guard nor Fisheries and Oceans Canada have regular work in this area, as this is a remote part of Vancouver Island. It's Calvert Island. We also don't have any additional information about the object or possible life raft. It is considered marine debris and not within our mandate to retrieve or remove. That's not really what I wanted to hear. Every other person I reach out to tells me to contact the DFO or the Coast Guard. So basically, I was being sent round in circles, no one knew what this thing was, no one was able to help me, and oh my god, I'm gonna go there, aren't I? At this point, I am racked with curiosity. I just can't get balls off my mind. I feel like if I'm not the first person to touch it, I've missed out on an incredible life moment. So I'm gonna go see it, right? Easy to say, I'm in England. This ball is on the other side of the planet in Canada. Not only that, what if I'm not able to reach it? Am I really gonna spend all this time and all this money just to have the chance to touch something that no one on planet Earth cares about but me? Hi, I'm in an airport. It was pretty early into my trip that it started to dawn on me that I might be in over my head. How do you even explain this at passport control? There's not even a word for this activity, it's so meaningless. Luckily for me, I got to practice explaining my plan to the friendliest Canadian man in the world sat next to me on the flight to Vancouver.
No way, that's a sick spot. Why?
On this coastline is a big orange ball.
Oh no. Your demeanor speaks of you
can
too.
tell?
Oh yeah, you have
no,
kind of self-conscious eloquence. Oh yeah, well inevitably, right? When you're vying for popularity. I appreciate your tact though.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So
at least someone does.
Ball.
My curiosity just got the better of me. I've chartered a boat and I'm gonna go and look at the ball and then leave.
Are you gonna touch the ball?
Yeah, I want to. After a sleepless 9-hour flight of good food and even better in-flight music, we landed in Vancouver, and it was time to catch a bus to a smaller regional airport for the final flight to Port Hardy. What fucking animal is this? So, we're finally here. I say we're finally here, there's another plane. We've got to do one more plane. And that plane is going to take us to here, Port Hardy. From Port Hardy, we will be venturing via nautical means. We'll go so far north into, this is literally uninhabited. I want to touch it, I want to climb on it, I want to feel how thick it is, its girth. I'm stoked. The people of Canada are going to praise me as a new king amongst men. Let's go get an orange circle.
Turbines may run on warning. We recommend your seatbelt fasten at all times.
And so, I boarded the final flight to the northernmost point of Vancouver Island. Some of you may be wondering at this point, why? Why would anyone waste this much time and money just to see something that frankly isn't special? I mean, aside from my own personal goal of wanting to be the first person to touch it, I'd like to posit to you that there might be something philosophical under all of this. I'm definitely not the first person to see the ball in the 10 years it's been sitting on that beach, but yet it still remains. Why has no one bothered to clean it up? I think it's because our world is structured to focus on the extremes, the valuable, the threatening, but realistically most of our lived existence lies in these betweens. If it were an oil spill, hopefully we'd clean it up. If it was worth lots of money, we'd salvage it. But this inert ball on a beach, clearly it doesn't fit into any of our neat boxes of what deserves our attention. To me, I suppose, this object symbolized everything we ignore in day-to-day life. The students and the workers who don't necessarily excel or disrupt the system can slip under ignored. Theories and creations and art that aren't necessarily groundbreaking or dangerous are forgotten. Even if they themselves are quietly beautiful, everything has meaning. And you can only find that meaning by going out and taking a good look at it. And so with that, I woke up at first light the next day, ready to cut through the Pacific Ocean and meet my bull betrothed.
Morning.
I had a war with the Razor and the Razor won. Bye-bye. It's time. Come see this. You know what one of them are?
It's an orca.
That is a gasoline and diesel storage tank. Yeah, how's it going? Good, man. Now, this is Sean and Craig, our captains for the day. Two incredibly Canadian men who love nothing more than surfing, nature, and protecting the coasts of British Columbia with their charity, Rugged Coast. Tell me my nose is still bleeding.
Yes.
Fuck.
What's the deal? You were just scanning?
Yeah, I love like Google Earth. I saw Calvert Island, right? It caught my eye. I was like,
It's just one of the most stunning places you could imagine.
that's sick.
Yeah.
It looked so cool.
Yeah. How long you guys in the country for?
4 days.
That's it?
Yeah, only 4. We came all the way here, see the ball and go. It's already been an adventure, so.
Yeah, you're good.
Canada's cold, come on.
Now, Sean and Craig are experts around this part of Canada. I was very hopeful they could help me identify this mysterious orb, and maybe even work with them to get it removed and salvaged. But for now, I only had one thing on my mind. Do you know what the chances are of seeing killer whales?
I don't know. Pretty low, I guess.
Oh.
You know what though? I just saw one. We were out in Ukiuit the other day. Just saw a pod out there in front of a place out there. We're whale spoiled out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What always blows my mind about the sea is it's like you see all these little like sploosh, 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 sploosh. It's like a fucking universe happening that you can't see. It's just like an entire world occurring out of sight. We left the docks and started picking up pace towards our destination. We had a long way to go, and the sea was teeming with life, but deceptively, we were unlikely to see another human for the next several hours. So this is like remote. Where's like the nearest civilization?
Just out.
That's it. All of these islands are completely uninhabited.
Is that like state decided or is it
sovereign? Not up to.
really?
There used to be ships that supplied all these little settlements in like the late 19th century, early 20th century. The Princess Maquina serviced all these areas, but the area was really exploited through the 18th, 19th, early 20th centuries, like the fur trade, the whaling industry. But during that time, there was canneries, you know, the salmon, dogfish populations, everything was plummeted because of overconsumption.
Suddenly, Craig announced that he'd seen a whale a couple of 100 meters away from the boat. We shut off the main engines so as not to disturb them, and I hurriedly rushed out to try and catch a glimpse of one of my favourite animals for the first time in my life. Humpback too, they're like one of the cool ones. They're the ones with the beautiful song. They're the ones that are like... I used to have a website about whales when I was like 7, called Whales Are Cool with an R. I used to check it every day to see if I got any new members. I think I got up to 6 members and it was like the best day of my life. I had 6 members on my whale forum.
There it is.
Oh my god!
That is so cool. That is so cool. Or you think it was a grey? The journey continued, and a little while later, while cutting through the morning mist rolling off the mountains, a shape began to form on the horizon. It was our target, Calvert Island.
It's time! After all this time, months! And here it is! What a journey!
The first thing I noticed about Calvert Island was how bloody massive it was. The entire island is roughly the same size as the country of Malta, and it covers about 45,000 football pitches. Untouched by modern humanity, every inch of the island today has ended up being covered by a dense fur of ancient pine forests, thick enough that the interior was dark, shrouded in miles of shadowy trees. And, as we made our way through the channel and around the northern cape, we finally entered the choppy Pacific Ocean and approached the location of the mysterious orb.
So this is it! This is the final run to the object, just a little bit south of here. And then it's time to look at it.
The current plan is finding it.
I think yeah.
Through there. As you can see, there's a lot of swell going in there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't like. We're not landing the dinghy, that's for sure. In behind this rock, kind of around the corner.
There's not nothing going up onto that. Like we got bobbers.
And just like that, we caught our first sight of the so-called orb.
It's like a cylinder, a flat cylinder. And it's red, at least from this angle.
But it was hard to get excited. The sea was bad, and every second it was just getting choppier. Because of the rocks, we could barely see the object from any angle, and it was starting to look like touching it would be nearly impossible.
What would you say the odds are of getting to touch it?
How wet do you want to get?
I'll do anything. I'll swim if I have to.
Okay, well, we just got to be safe.
Yeah.
50-50 right now.
Okay.
I think the sooner the better because the swell's building.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what we don't want.
Yeah, that dinghy wouldn't fare well in something like that.
And those are coming. They're going to get more consistent as the swell builds.
What about further south?
Well, it's breaking harder down there. You can see the waves breaking way out.
Okay.
So this is the best spot to go in, is right here.
Not even if we wanted to take a hike. Couldn't park up north.
We can see there's too many little inlets.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna hike it. I think you'll get stuck somewhere. The problem is the swell is too big to get a dinghy in there. So you'd have to surf in. And then the problem is you don't know how to surf. So then you can't get back out to the boat.
Yeah.
Have you ever surfed before?
I've paddleboarded.
Yeah?
A lot. Yeah, this is choppier than any condition I've ever paddleboarded on.
Yeah, and you're paddling on your chest, so it's like the technique too, right? You can really
Yeah, I've not done that. I've never done that before.
Paddling with it's a different thing than paddling against it to get back.
You got to punch through those breakers, like duck dive through. So now we're doing like a full surf lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little gnarly. Like, yeah, they're not taking the boat in there. Being stranded on there is a real fuck around. Risky entering a beach between two rocks if currents, wind, all that is gets a little tricky.
See, my brain, I'm just saying, like, you know, could just walk through the woods, but I understand that's probably wishful thinking.
Yeah, it is.
I get eaten by a bear. I always knew this was the risk.
And just like that, after 2 hours of boat travel, we called off on ever reaching the object. The captain said it was too risky, so we headed back to the calm waters of the Cape empty-handed. No one wants to scoop a dead YouTuber out of the ocean, and the only person waiting for me on a hike across Calvert Island was furry and bear-shaped, leaving only one option: fly to the beach via helicopter. This was unlikely. We'd need a passing helicopter be kind enough to pick me up. Even then it would cost a fortune. Sean and Craig warned against this, and I had my own reasons I didn't want to use a helicopter. So I've done a bit more research. Turns out a boat is not necessarily the fastest way of getting to Calvert Island. There's one other option, and that would be to take a big ol' stinky, expensive helicopter ride. There's a couple of issues with this route. No, there's one issue with this route. I'm scared of helicopters. Now play along here, because I know this is silly, but I've always had this theory that the only reason planes are able to stay up there is because no one on board has figured out that they shouldn't be in the sky. And if anyone ever figures out that a plane shouldn't be in the sky because it's too big and heavy, it would fall out of the sky. I think I understand helicopters. I think I get them. Therefore, if I ever boarded one, it would drop like a stone. It's superstitious, but that's why I'm gonna take a boat. Gonna touch the object. Don't laugh at me.
Alright,
I hear you laughing at me.
in the world, like what now?
Well, we've just fucking wasted all this time. I can't, it's not even a ball. It's a cylinder in the sand, a red cylinder. It's not even orange, it's not an orange ball. I want to touch it. Seeing it in a glimpse wasn't enough. I do need to touch it to feel like I've actually done it. I've made it here, you know, I've... Like, it's not the end of the world, you know? Like, it's like I've been saying this whole time, it's about the journey. It's not about the destination. The journey's been great, you know? Met some great people. Got to go and see some cool parts of the world I've never seen. I've never been this far west before. I just wish it had, you know, just been a bit different weather so we could actually gone and touch the thing, you know? Like, actually had an enjoyable touch of a buoy. I mean, there are options, you're right.
But
I'm not going in a fucking helicopter, dude.
I felt like a cat being taken to the vet. I was doing it. I was entering a fugue state, but I was doing it. The pilot didn't ask any questions and didn't seem too weirded out by my request. I was terrified, trying not to think about what was happening. But soon, my mood completely flipped. The ball, the object, the Pac-Man? It didn't matter. I could see it, photographed for the first time in its 10 long years spent sat on that beach. My holy grail. However, it wasn't going to be that easy. Our pilot told us that landing on the beach would be impossible. The tide was coming in fast and soon the object would be completely submerged underwater. If I wanted to touch the ball, I was going to have to work for it.
Alright, ready to go for a walk?
Yeah! I'm like a dog. We're this close to the ball. This is it. It's not even a ball. It's a Pac-Man.
The pilot dropped us into a patch of marshland about 200 meters from the beach. On paper, that sounds easy enough. In reality, it meant plunging headfirst into Calvert Island's wilderness, where the trees were knit so closely together you can't even walk through them. You have to swim. It started out fairly simple, but soon every step forward felt like trying to crawl through a car wash made of pine needles and moss.
Hi, Will.
Oh man.
I'm too tall for this. I'm digging. I've got my head down.
And get my head down I did. I was already covered in scratches and grazes as the endless damp of the rainforest reached my very bones, but I wasn't frustrated. I was honoured to be not only visiting this place, but surrounded.
I can hear the sea.
By the island that had caught my imagination so long ago.
Come on, man. You've got this.
I moved slowly and deliberately, mindful to leave nothing altered in my wake, but I could smell the sea. I could smell you, Pac-Man.
I can hear the sea. I can hear it. It's there. The only thing between us and our goal right now is a really fucking rough push through a forest.
We've got, what, like 100 meters left?
Yeah. But it's a fucking tough 100 meters. This is the hardest part of this whole thing. So this is the hard part.
Fuck's sake.
Keep your eyes closed. Not quite sure which way I'm going. It's just all fucking dense. You've done great. Feel more in the camo. You're right. We're almost there. The sea's here. This is it.
The forest began to clear, and the mud underfoot turned to silt, turned to sand.
No way.
I see it! I fucking see it!
After over 5,500 miles, drenched from humidity, clothes ruined, finally on this inaccessible beach in the Canadian wilderness.
No way. What?
My huge rusty wedge of ocean cheese.
Holy fuck, look at it. I'm speechless. Whoa! Look at this. It's like a Pac-Man. It's like a pizza with a slice missing. It's a big rusty piece of shit. There's nothing really poignant to say. I wish I had something poignant to say, but there isn't anything. There it is. It's bigger than I thought it would be, you know? And we've done it. We've done it. That's it. Oh man. Give me that. I expected it to be a big piece of shit on a beach. And I'll tell you what, it is definitely that. I want to climb on it.
Really?
I want to climb on top of it. I'm going to climb on top of it. Oh my god, this is fucking ridiculous, this is so stupid.
Oh, careful. This is the stupidest shit I've ever done in my life. Apart from like being alive and just existing, this is the most pointless thing I've ever done. Oh. What is this? This is part of that. This is part of the bull, right? Look, it's got the same colouring and everything. Okay, I'm gonna take this home. I'm gonna keep this. I was really stupid to run on there. Genuinely, I was really dumb. Look at that. Let's get out of here before we push our luck any further. Come on.
It's a deep sea mooring buoy, I think. In the description, I've linked a GoFundMe that I've made to help pay for the cleanup of the object. Rugged Coast, the charity with the boat that took me to the island, have said they can clean it up, but I'm gonna need your help. It's a huge piece of crap on such a beautiful island. As much as I have some kind of sentimental bond with it now, it does have to go. The problem is, it's going to cost a lot of money. It's going to require helicopters and fuel and manpower and big machines. Rugged Coast have said they'd be willing to film the process, so maybe in a little bit we can do an update video and look back at where your money went and how you really did some good on such a beautiful little part of the world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time where I'll go somewhere even more pointless.